If you've ever wondered whether rich people know something you don't, they do. One financial expert has spent years researching the habits of both the wealthy and the poor to find out what works. It all comes down to simple things.
I would say in America, at least, being willing to be up way early in the morning.
She's right. That's just one of the many habits of wealthy Americans, according to Tom Corley. After 4 years of research, the financial planner wrote the book, Rich Habits.
I'm not just focusing on the wealthy. I want to know where you're screwing up and what poor people are doing that are responsible for their poverty.
Tom Corley is the author of Rich Habits. He's a financial planner who spent 5 years studying how 350 rich and poor people do things differently.
One of the things I talk about a lot, it's in my book, about the living below your means, rich habit. People are not taught by their parents to save, and I call it the 80-20 rule. Put away 20% of your savings and live off of the 80%. If you teach your kids that, then it becomes a rich habit. It becomes a habit that stays with them for life.
And welcome back to the Dawn Show. So we're going to make you rich. We're going to make you happier. Here with author Tom Corley, who authored Rich Habits, Daily Success Habits of Wealthy Individuals. And I love this because this is something everybody can do, and they could start today.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It only takes 30 days to really get going with the rich habits. And cool. Hey everybody. So what the heck is a CPA doing at a biohacking conference? You know, Dave Asprey interviewed me on his podcast, The Bulletproof Executive, and boy, you know, everybody loved it. So he said, I've got to get you down at my conference. You got to share some of this information. What I'm going to share with you today, actually, which is pretty cool. I'm doing research I just came out with Rich Kids about 2 weeks ago, but I'm already working on Rich Thinking. There's a lot of the research involves neuroplasticity, neurogenesis, how the brain works, and all of this is interrelated with habit formation, breaking habits, stacking habits.
How do the rich get richer?
Good one.
How do the successful stay so successful? Stuff like that.
These are the questions I ask every day. Might their secrets of success pay off for you? There's another question. You might be surprised at what 3 of South Florida's most prosperous entrepreneurs told our Brian Andrews. Let's take notes.
And the money will come, especially if you love and have a passion for what you do.
John Gay, certified public accountant.
I think there are no shortcuts in life. You've got to work hard.
Mai de la Vega, real estate maven.
Your name is everything. I said that's what you should guard for the rest of your life.
Norman Brayman, automotive and real estate magnate. 3 successful South Floridians from all walks of life sharing their secrets of success. Thomas Corley has written a book called Rich Habits, and clearly our 3 South Florida success stories have them.
I found a large percentage of the wealthy exercised aerobically 30 minutes or more, between 20.
Sometimes the argument may come up, well, if you're born into poverty, right, with the additional pressures of multiple jobs, you know, how can someone who is poor incorporate these habits, you know, while still being realistic about their life, right? You say that 70% of wealthy parents make their children volunteer 10 or more hours per month versus 3% of the poor. But, you know, aren't there additional obstacles like getting to that volunteer situation? Or if the family needs additional income, the child has to work, you know, maybe not a 3-year-old, but a 10-year-old or 12-year-old has to, you know, take on a basic part-time job. How do you balance that if ultimately the daily needs of your life just don't necessarily fit into, you know, these lovely habits that the wealthy have, but just are not realistic?
Yeah, well, first of all, the main thing is you're not going to solve your problem overnight. So this is an incremental thing. What you want to do, and this is in actually a book I just finished that is now in my publisher. It's Change Your Habits, Change Your Life. I get into a lot of habit change strategies. What you want to do is adopt just one good habit a month, one rich habit, and eliminate one poverty habit. That's all you need to focus on for 30 days. The next month, try another one.
another rich habit, and try and eliminate another poverty habit. By the end of the year, you'll have 24 habit changes.
Welcome, everyone. This is Diana Needham from the Small Business Success Project in Chapel Hill and the 17 Legal Ways. And I have to tell you, I am so excited today because I get to talk to the amazing Tom Corley, who's coming to our summit. And he's our keynote speaker for the VIP dinner on Tuesday night, the 29th. So, Tom, I have to tell you that I love the interview that you did with Success Magazine. You know, I had dug through to find it. It was in the November issue. I've been listening to it in my car. I got your book. I've read your book front to back, and I love the story. And I just can't wait for what you have to share with us when you're here next week.
Have fun. Thank you. You got the cool part wrong. So let me tell you why, because I'm a CPA. So I think that's all I need to say. But the unusual part, you definitely got that right. So this is kind of what I'm going to try and talk about. There's so many habits that I tracked in my study. I tried to button it down to 15 of the habits that I believe were the most transformative in taking ordinary individuals just like us and anybody on the street and transforming them into self-made millionaires. But I got up the courage and I asked Richard Branson, I said, the media portrays you as a risk-taking workaholic. And I said, are you that? Is your life work? And he looked at me and he smiled, and he's got this really great smile, like Hollywood good looks smile. It's disarming. And he smiled at me and he said, looked at my badge, my name tag, and he said, Tom, what if I told you that instead of working 12 to 14 hours a day, I played 12 to 14 hours a day? What would you think of me? I said, well, I would think you're just another rich, lazy person. And he said, that's the way I feel. I feel like I'm a rich, lazy person because every day I get to play. He goes, there isn't a day I go into the office where I can't wait to get there, or wherever he's going, Africa, in a balloon. The guy loves everything about his life, but he manufactured that because he's a dreamer.